Tri-State Sports Leader, this is WGEM Sports.
Not only was it election day today, but it was also the sectional semifinals for our high school volleyball teams in Illinois. Annie Eaton and the Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raiders taking on Athens tonight. Quincy Notre Dame got off to a slow start, but here comes the first points of the match from Eva Breckenkamp, getting a little help from the net, but she'll get the points right there. Then how about from the service line? It's Nora Wiley with an absolute dart as she registers the ace to get her team back on track. Lady Raiders looking to build some momentum. Nice passing finds Tristan Pieper. She didn't get all of it, but they'll take what they can get right there. More from Quincy Notre Dame. Nice passing off the serve receive. Allows them to find Lauren Hummel on the outside. And Athens can't quite get a handle on that one. This one was a lot closer than QND would have liked, but they squeak out the win in 3 sets and advance to the sectional title game Thursday. Camp Point was also in action tonight as they took on Unity Christian, looking to punch their ticket to the sectional championship game as well. Right away, it's Kaylee Bachold hammering this one home for the kill for the Panthers. How about more from the Panthers? Lauren Miller getting into her groove, finding Carly Peters, and how about a sneaky set for the point? Camp Point continuing to hammer the kills over the net, and the Panthers would keep that going and get the clean sweep over Unity Christian. They'll play in the title game Thursday.
We came into the game knowing that this is definitely a beatable team, and we were very confident that if we played how we played against Unity, that we could definitely have this win. And we all took the time to prepare, to watch our film, and just to get ourselves mentally prepared. And we just came strong and took the win.
Our last sectional semifinal of the night was Southeastern taking on Hartsburg Emden. Suns looking to shine bright, and perhaps none are brighter than Amanda Stevens, who hammers this one over the net for her first kill of the evening. More from Miss Amanda Stevens, this time pulling back and catching the defense off guard. Nice little tip, perfectly placing it, that one right there, to give her team the advantage. The Stevens sisters were on their A game tonight, but it wouldn't be enough as the Suns end their season in the sectional semis in 3 sets. Up in Iowa, Holy Trinity Catholic competing in the state quarterfinals. They'll fall to BCLUW in 3 sets and end their seasons at state. We have more sports coverage on the way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.